Or richer for poorer.
Richer for poorer.
Sickness and in health.
Sickness in health.
Etc.
Etc. Right. We want to move to a final phase now, Archbishop, to actually round it off. Because you have sought advice, you've courted, you've got married, and then the real issue now is what next? You're now married. And you're married to one person. Yeah? Not to mother-in-law or father-in-law, whoever, or your old friends. You're married to one person. And before I get to Bishop, I want to tell a story about a missionary who was working in Africa. For many years, he was about to give up because there was no success at all. He didn't bear much fruit in his ministry. But eventually, the chief of the village gave his life to the Lord. The chief was a little bit educated, so he could read. And he said to the missionary, I want to get married. And the missionary said, okay, this is how you do it in Christian marriage. And gave him a little booklet to read. And on the day of the wedding, the chief is coming to the compound of the missionary for the wedding. And he has 16 women with him. And missionary says to him, which of these women is going to be your wife? He said, all of them. All of them? He said, you can't do that in Christian marriage. He said, no, white man, you've come to Africa. And you want to deny me a good thing, you know? I'm entitled to 16 and you want to force me to have just one. That's the problem you want people. Yeah, you never want the black man to get everything. So the missionary was a bit shocked and said, where did you get the idea of 16 women? He said, well, it says here, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, for whatever, and he answered with 16 in the number. He said, how many does that make, Mister? You white man, you tell me. He said 16. So why are you stopping me? And I just want to throw my bit of wisdom. You're married to one person. One person only. So Bishop, you can applaud again. Just as we come to closure, what would you give us as counsel, as a continuing work, so that we can really continue to enjoy the relationship in marriage?
Well, I think what I would say is that once you get married, I know they call what happens next honeymoon, but I choose to call it the beginning of the real marriage.
That's it.
And at the beginning of any marriage, you need to really double up your efforts in cultivating skills that will enable your marriage succeed. Because sometimes when you're getting married, you think, oh, everything will be easy, everything will be rosy, but you need to double up on your skills of patience. And I know a lot of husbands have this issue of, I'm ready for church, but my wife is not ready, type of thing. You need to cultivate the skills of patience, the skills of tolerance, and the skills of being there for them, etc., etc. So you need to really double up your efforts in terms of the skills that you have now in order to accommodate the other person, whether the husband or the wife.
Yes.
And also, another thing you need to also make up your mind is that I will enjoy this marriage.
Yes.
Not only enjoy it, but you must enjoy it.
Yes.
You see, anything that you make up your mind that I will enjoy this, and put in the skills that will enable you to do so, then you will enjoy it. Marriage is meant to be enjoyed, not endured.
That's good.
A lot of relationships that you look at today, they are enduring each other. They really can't stand each other. And so the joy in the relationship appears to have disappeared. But that should not be the case. You need to say to the Lord, Father, what is it? What are the strategies and mechanisms that I can employ that will make this marriage succeed? When you realize that sometimes your comments escalate things in the marriage, then learn to no comments.
That's right.
So I always say to people that it's not every situation that arises that you need to comment on. You need to learn.
Yes.
You need to study the partner that you are with.
That's it.
A lot of men say they don't understand their wives. I think I managed to get the solution. The solution is learn to find out what your partner, let me just broaden it rather than say wives. Learn what your partner loves and do more of it.
Yes. Oh, that's
and
good.
then learn what your partner dislikes and aim to eliminate those.
That's very good.
So once you begin to do that, you begin to realize that you are hitting the mark every time, not because of any skills you've developed, but it's because you have learned to appreciate what the person appreciates, and the things that the person doesn't appreciate, you're learning to cut them down with a view to eliminate it entirely. The question is, would people, eliminate negatives entirely ever? The answer is certainly no. Once you're human, but I believe that as you get closer and closer to God, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. The journey may be difficult, the road may seem long, but then as you persevere in love, things can augur well for good. Wonderful. And today I can say that most people look at the relationship that I have with Bishop Mercy, and they look at it and they say, this is very close to what God intended it to be. And sometimes we're humbled when we hear that. Because we know that we're working things out.
That's it.
And the more you work things out and are determined to do so, the more you can have a successful outcome. So that's what I would say.
Wonderful. Well, there's our final thoughts from Bishop Mercy. Final thoughts.
My love, the same thing for all the family. Some people are family oriented, want their life to be around the poor. And like Bishop always said, I'm a very huggy person. I like to hug, things like that, because sometimes you don't know what the person is going through. Somebody may walk into the church and maybe the person has got a problem with them, but when it comes, it does help. When we have this mentality of caring for one another, we're talking about caring here, and it helps, and that thing follows you wherever you go. So I want to encourage you, any relationship you have with whoever you have the relationship with, make sure you maintain it. Bishop mentioned something that people who try their best to work, because everyone is raw material before we all came.
That's right.
Otherwise, Jesus will not have forgiven us.
That's right.
So let's forgive one another. Let the relationship that we have, let it work. Bring people who, when you see somebody, that's why we are church, because church is full of sick people. We all sick. And in the same word, Bishop will say, in hospital you have children ward, you have this, you have that, but in church we all are in. So the same relationship we develop, the same relationship we should develop also outside, because people see you, they can't read the Bible, but they read you. They read you. And if we say we love the Lord, let it show one another. People offend us all the time. But it was something, Bishop has written a book. Can a Christian really pray, what they call the word again? Pray for somebody to die? And it's a very interesting question. When I put it on Facebook, people were commenting and we haven't thought about this. So let's pray that God will help us. Our relationship, not only marriage. If you are not married, don't worry. Maybe God is protecting you from something. So don't marry, or don't worry. God will bring you the person that you can work with. If somebody sweet talk you in the corner, they will dump you in the outside, and then they will blame you. You are the cause. It's not them. So my last word is, let's pray and ask God. If God bring the man, show it to your pastor. Show it to some pastors will say that, oh, my marriage has collapsed. Their marriage are that gone. So such person, if you are finding it difficult to go to them, there's a lot of pastors around that you can go to and then seek for advice. Join me to pray about this man. Join me to pray about this woman. Don't let the eye of the flesh
yes,
deceive you.
right.
Because the enemy have